Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone is kicking in the right year, the new year, the right way, folks. Let's make it a great one. Let's make it a safe one. Let's make it a prosperity one. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Create new agreements based on respect and love. Take the responsibility to make new agreements with those you love. If an agreement doesn't work, change the agreement. Create a new one. Use your imagination to explore all the possibilities. You and your other side, folks, are the boss. Make one that works. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials up 308, NASDAQ up 92, S&P's up 37, gold contract up $9.90, trading at $1,685 an ounce. Silver up 75 cents at $30.98 an ounce. Platinum up 23 bucks at $1,565 an ounce. Copper up 8 pennies at $3.73 a pound. Light sweet crude up a buck at $92.93 a barrel. Bonds down almost 2 points, 1.26 ticks at 145.22. King dollar up 34 ticks at 79.90. Euro down 16 at 131.89. And the yen weaker again at up 55, trading out at 87.25. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Well, let's go back to last week first. Last week, what we did is this. What you did on the 27th, you came down, no volume whatsoever. You were going into the November 7th downdraft, as well as the up day of the 23rd of November. Then what do? The following day, folks, on the 28th, you had fast price destruction with zero volume. What happens with fast price destruction with zero volume? I've just seen plenty of these flips. And not only just the S&Ps, but mostly, and I got this from the gold market, that's what it loves to do at the bottom, meaning that it's a flip and trend. We'll see how long the flip and trend lasts right now, but that's what it is. Bottom line, that's what you got. You got it ASAP. Started out on Monday, followed through today. You took out the swing point. Now, on the Dow Industrials, let's see if we got up to 850 yet. The characteristic is 850 million. You're at 859. Okay, so you did take it out. You took it out with 9 million shares. We right now on the cash S&P, what we're trading at 1459. And what you have here is that the lows of the high from November, this is pretty wild, is 1460.07. The high of that level is 1474. So what I expect you're gonna see out here is that we're going to go for at least a low of that tomorrow. More than likely, we're going to go test that level up there. If we go to the SPY now, we take a look at the SPY. What do we have is this. What the SPY did today, you're up $3.65. We did volume of 175 million, and it's 177 million that's up there. So bottom line, SPY, we're at 146.06. The high up there was the 146.76. That's the low of the high, and the high is 148.11. That baby's going to go for it. Dow Industrials. Go take a look at the Dow. What you have inside the Dow is this. Dow goes up 308 points. Got a lot of that, too, by the end of the day, actually. Gets over the swing point. Now, what you have with the Dow is this. The Dow, the low of the high of the Dow is another about 120 points up. That is 13,533. We'll make a run for that. That's where it's going to make a run for it. And we'll see whether it can get any juice behind it. We take a look at the diamonds, the DIA. You do that correlation inside the diamonds. What you have with the diamonds is this. The swing point on the diamonds is 133.73. We're over that swing. We got over that swing with volume, too. So that also sets up that, okay, those highs of November are going to be tested. NASDAQ Composite. Inside the composites today, the composite was the strongest out there. The composite, folks, was up 3.7%. The S&P was 2.3, and the Dow Industrials was 2.3. We go take a look at the composite. We know that, let's take a look at the composite first. So, what we have with the composite is this. Up 92 bucks. Composite now did 2.0 $8 billion. It's probably 2.1 by this point. Let's just see. 2.097. So the composite also had the volume because the swing point there that it was getting over, meaning that December swing point was 2030. So composite, we're at 3112, and what you have there is that you are right at the swing that was correlated in October. We'll see whether the composite can get to the high. The composite getting to the high is going to be a little tougher than the S&Ps. That's how this is set up right now. Now, what is going to get interesting is that this gap on the composite is a monster, and this gap will get filled. Okay, so now that's the shorter-term picture. The big picture here gets interesting, and this is what it is. At this point, we've taken the swing point out on the way up from the 31st, from December 18th and 19th. What we haven't done, however, is that we don't have enough force from the 125-point S&P structure on the way down from September through December. The force coming up is still lighter. Now, what that does is this. That is saying we have a monster consolidation. Now, if that's what ends up happening, it's going to be a field day, folks, and this is why. When you're in a 125-point S&P consolidation, there's a lot of chances that both bears and bulls can make some good money. What you're going to need, however, is that you're going to need to be trading, period. That's how this shakes out, because a large consolidation like this is, well, I think it's one beautiful thing. But let's go to Jeff in Orlando. Hey, Jeff, what's going on? Nope, he's gone. Okay. So let's go over to the bond market. Let's take a look at the bond market. We go over to the bonds. We take a look at bonds. What we had out here in bonds today is this. Now, this correlation you want to wrap your head around also, and this is why, folks. We're going to put down together the indices. We'll put down, of course, the currencies, and including the bonds. What bonds did out here today, now, market goes up $300, right? Let's say it goes up 2.5% to 3% across the board. Well, the 30-year bond, the last swing low out there was 145.19. We had volume down there, 480,000 contracts. What should have happened today is that swing low, number one, should have got blown away with volume if, in fact, bonds were going to go implode. Well, they didn't. This is what ended up happening. We came down with 275,000 contracts. We rejected that lower price, and we had lighter volume. Now, what I do think is game is this. I suspect that it can break this area. But when it breaks it, it wants to go after the lows that were established in September. And if I bring you over to the TLT, now the TLT is the iShare 20-plus bond. And what you're going to see is this. Now, as this goes down, the price of bonds, of course, goes down and the yield goes up. This also, though, is a monster consolidation. This is what you have. The swing point that it went after today was the 119.90. We closed at 119.56. We did that with 7 million shares versus 12 million at that swing. Okay, so you broke the swing, had lighter volume, closed under the swing. Now, what the difference is, by the way, inside this correlation, the TLT, versus the actual 30-year bond, a 10-year bond, a 20-year, whatever you want to look at, meaning that the 30-year rejected that swing point, and this closed underneath it. What that has to do with, folks, inside the ETF structure is the fees that are generated that take money out of these on a continual basis. So that's why you're under that swing point, number one. Number two, what it does open is that it opens a test of the high volume low swing that was generated on the 14th of September. That high volume low, the high of that low is 119.85. The actual swing low is 118. We go over to the dollar index now. Now, this is what's absolutely amazing, too. Dollar index here, let's pull up DXH3. So, dollar index. What do we have inside the dollar index? What we have is this. She rejected lower price today. She did it on lighter volume. We're at 79.90. A dollar index wants to run to this 81, 82 area. What you have is this. We only did 18,000 contracts, rejected the level. You know, you get a couple different swing points out there. The 8106 wants to be gunning for, and the 8147. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. I want to wish everyone a happy, healthy, prosperous New Year 2013, folks. Let's make it a great one. We have the Dow Industrials finished up 308, NASDAQ up 92, S&P's up 36. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.